During our platform demonstration today, where we took a look at Pega's case management, I know you all had expressed a need for automation of some of the manual processes that y'all are facing every day, and that is where Pega Robotics can come into play. With Pega's case management, we can actually leverage Pega Robotics to automate a lot of the more important and yet tedious and redundant kind of processes on the back end. These are tasks that you wouldn't necessarily want your employees working on while they could be working on things that are more productive, more customer facing. Um, so that is where we can have Pega's robotic process automation come into play, or unattended robots. These are going to be robots that you give it a task, it's going to automate it 100% of the way through and go ahead and complete that. So let's go ahead and get into this demonstration. Currently, we are looking at Pega's Robot Manager. When I log into this, I am on the dashboard. This is fully customizable, just as we saw on the other dashboards. Currently, I have various KPIs pertaining to the cases and the production of my robots as a whole. I can also take a look at the health of my robots and see any issues that they might be having. This way, we could have somebody take a look at it, go ahead and fix up that robot, and get it back out into production so that it's moving through cases. We can still get work done. So with this, let's go ahead and take a look at our robot work groups. And we'll notice we have two. We'll be taking a look at the customer service work group. And when I click into this, we'll notice that I have some work queues up here, some different work baskets. Currently, there are three: phone number change, email address change. Once again, these are very tedious tasks, but they are very, very important. For a customer service rep, this is key. You need to keep the phone numbers, email addresses, and addresses all updated on your various customers. And yet, you don't want a customer service rep having to spend all their time doing this. You want them on the phone, talking to people, instead of making changes to applications. This is a perfect job for Pega's RPA robots. And granted, all these queues would be full and they'd be running um, in a normal organization, but for the sake of the demo, we currently have them turned off. With this, let's go ahead and we'll get some requests in. And the way we're going to take requests in for this is in the form of a batch request. So we're going to take an Excel file and we're going to pull out all the various changes that need to be made from that Excel file, just like this. Different changes need to be made: address change, email address change, phone number change. And then the RPA is actually going to grab the account ID for the customer. It's going to take that and search it both in this Windows Banker Insight application as well as this web application below. It's going to pull up that customer's information, make the change, and then save or submit those changes for us. So let's go ahead and start filling up these queues. I'm going to simulate some data here. And we can start to see these queues tick up here. And so once these get somewhat full, I'm going to go ahead and start working or running some of these work queues. And we can see Pega's RPA in action, taking care of these requests we're getting in. So I'm going to go ahead and start up the address change. And in an organization, you would have more than one robot just running through these. You would have multiple. And as this starts ticking down, we'll see these applications populate. We'll see the changes get made, and then it's going to save and submit them. We can have more than one work queue going at the same time. So we'll go ahead and start the other ones up. And with these work queues, we can actually assign specific robots to each one. We can assign a certain level of urgency, certain level of importance to it. So if you want address changes done before the other two, if that's your priority, we can set that up as well. But now we can see this bot handling all of our individual work queues here, ticking down the tasks, getting this work done. And most importantly, this is all going to be done on the back end. We have the applications up now for the sake of the demo, just so we can see what's happening. But this would be all happening on the back end, and your workers wouldn't have to worry about this. They could focus on more customer-facing production kind of tasks instead of these more menial ones on the back end. But this is Pega's RPA at work. This is how we save time. This is how we can automate a lot of these processes so we don't have to have our workers work through all these. And with that, that concludes the RPA portion of the demonstration.